60, 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, I'm John.
I'm Nancy.
And we are j&ntravels.
Travels.
Thank you for joining us on this 60-degree day in New Hampshire.
Yeah, it's cool. It's like fall weather now.
We're supposed to get over 80 next week, I think it is.
Yeah, back to summer.
So thank you for coming in.
Mm.
We'll visit a chat in a minute, Nance. Just a quick little bookkeeping here. Want to let people know to check up on our Facebook page, j&ntravels Facebook. Our merchandise store, take a peek. Usually they run some of the items down below and see if there's anything in there that interests you.
Mm.
Podcast, we put out our 7th podcast, Nance,
Yeah.
this past Sunday.
Mhm.
We do that every other Sunday, and every other Sunday we do the game day with Tanisha, and that's this coming Sunday. So that would be with Tanisha time.
Yeah.
Also, you can see the videos of the podcast on Spotify, Google, Amazon, and Apple, and of course YouTube, and a YouTube channel which you're looking at now. So I don't really have to throw that out there. So thank you for joining us on all those things. We're about 5 or 6 videos short of 1,000. So hopefully we will hit that very soon.
I hope so.
And that's something that's taken a while to do. 4 years to do 1,000 videos, right?
Yeah,
so why don't we go
4 years ago.
So why don't we go through the chat real quick, and then we'll get into our topics for the day, Nance. First join us is Maxwell Smart, who always seems to be sitting here waiting for us. Thanks for joining us, Maxwell. A lot of times he's on the road, though, so I don't know where he is right now. Kathy Mills, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. She's at work right now.
Oh, thank you for putting us on while you work.
And our niece, Meg. Nice to see you, Meg.
Meg, I hope you're doing well, Meg.
Meg had a very busy weekend. She was, I don't know if you ran it all yourself. I know it was with other people. She ran that big cruisathon that they ran.
Awesome.
Meg, what did you get for final balance on that? That's a charity that was started by Ilana and Sean of Down Under Cruises.
Yeah.
They ran a marathon, and they send people who can't afford it or have issues on a cruise.
Yes, everyone deserves a cruise.
So if you're interested in that, contact Meg. She can give you real details. She's at the airport eating and listening.
Oh, really?
And the captain, Commodore, welcome aboard, sir.
Hey, I heard that Applebee's has chicken wings. John, you might want to hit the boneless ones.
Billy, Captain, we missed you, Jimmy and I, at the all-you-can-eat chicken wings this past weekend.
And Jimmy got locked out this time.
Yeah, that's right. I was going to post that on your Facebook page. Ocean to Ocean Travel, thank you for coming in.
Hi, Ocean,
nice to see you. Oh, so Meg's off of work until Sunday evening. Are you going anywhere, Meg, or just
she's
kind
at
of
the airport?
I know. That's why I'm wondering where she's going. Or she's just kind of hanging. Okay, they made 4,200. That's excellent.
Wow, that's super good.
That is really excellent.
Yes.
Okay. And Moonlight Adventures. Hey, Josh, how you doing this? Is it morning?
Wednesday.
No, afternoon, I guess.
Sorry, it's Thursday.
Thursday afternoon.
I thought it was Wednesday.
Oh, she's flying to see Paul.
Oh, nice. give us
give our nephew a nice big hug, Meg.
Yes, that's what I was trying to say.
Okay. So, Nance, why don't we just, since we try and keep this window at 45 minutes, why don't we just jump into our topics? Let's see. And any participation by the chat is always appreciated. Our first topic today was things we recommend doing in the Northeast. A lot of you don't live in the Northeast like we do. We've lived here all our lives, but you travel to the Northeast. So these are some of the things that we've done over the years and that we recommend. The first 11 are things we recommend to do in the Northeast as adults. Okay. What did Billy say? Oh, boy, the food jobber, Josh. Okay. Okay. So the first one on our list, Nance, was Cape Cod.
Oh, yeah. I love Cape Cod.
That's a big generalization. Technically it's an island, even though people say it's peninsula, because they built the Cape Cod Canal, which made it an island. But there are 2 bridges that go over to it. We love going in the off season.
Yeah, it's crowded during summer.
We've gone all our lives. We even owned a place down there for a few years, a small place that we went down when the kids were younger. And it goes from Provincetown all the way to the bridge. To the bridge. It's beautiful beaches down there.
Yeah.
Gift shops, restaurants. It's tough in the summer because there's really only 2 main roads. So the traffic is terrible in the summer.
I think it's Route 6 that we took that was very scenic.
Route 6A is the one up top that's scenic. And then there's Route 6, which cuts through the middle. And then, I don't know if I call it highway. Then there's Route 28, which is the one that has all the stores. That's the real built up one.
Yeah.
We've done weeks down there. We've done weekends down there.
Yeah. Spent a week in Provincetown.
Yeah, we did that.
Was nice.
Right.
And the National Seashore that we saw.
Well, if you go down to the far end of the Cape, has anyone been to the Cape Cod before? If you go down to the far end of the Cape, it's high dunes.
Yeah, that was
cool. Jump off the dunes.
I remember our son jumping off the dunes.
It's very artsy.
Yeah.
And
it's pretty.
Yeah. What does Meg say? I imagine Niagara Falls is nice. That's what Kenny told.
Oh,
that we didn't even put that on our list.
We went there 5 years ago. Falls. I wanted to go for my 60th birthday. So we went and I had a blast. I loved it.
Yeah, there's a lot to do with Niagara Falls. Yeah. We thought we would have to get in the car all the time.
We walked everywhere.
We got in the car once
to go to the butterfly place.
Go to the butterfly place in Canada.
Yeah.
But we actually, the other times we went in Canada, we went there several times. We were able to walk into Canada.
Yeah.
Over the bridge.
Yeah, the Rainbow Bridge. Yeah, it was a fun. We spent a week, or was it just a long?
Spent a week. No, it was a week.
A week.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Some of the other things down the Cape, though, other than eating and the beach and the nightclubs, they have semi-pro baseball teams down there.
Oh, yeah, we watched that. That was really cool.
Went to several games there.
Yeah.
It's odds and then tourist attractions.
Well, they used to have, I don't think they have it anymore. What was that? They had the dolphins. Was it circus? Do you remember with the dolphins that we saw?
Yeah, Aqua Circus.
Aqua Circus.
You know, that's still open.
Yeah.
We first started going 30 years ago. There were 2 dolphins, a bunch of other things. The dolphins had died.
I know. It was fun to take the kids there to see the dolphins perform.
Look, Captain Commodore says, I haven't been to Cape Cod, but he likes to wear a cape and eat cod.
I think you need stand-up comedy. I think that's your next gig.
Miss Meg, you need to come up further northeast. Maine.
Yes.
New Hampshire.
Maine,
you and the nephew should make a trip of it someday.
I'd recommend Bar Harbor. That's an awesome place. Arcadia National Park.
So that's Cape Cod. Okay. Then we move down to second on our list, which is zoos. Now, the thumbnail shows Benson's Wild Animal Farm, which was a terrific zoo back in the heyday.
Yeah, back in the heyday, but that's
long gone.
Yes.
Then we had the Greenville Zoo, which was a couple towns over from us, which was a rehab for animals.
Yeah.
Which was great. They were building it.
Yeah.
But then the owner had a heart attack.
Yeah, that was too bad because they had some really cool animals there.
And now it's condominiums.
Yes. But at least we enjoyed it and took our kids there and they enjoyed it. For the 2 to 3 years it was in operation.
Yeah, I think it was more than that, but we saw it towards the end. Yeah. And then there's the 2 biggest zoos in the Northeast that is the Roger Williams in
Yes,
Rhode
that was
Island,
great. Fantastic zoo.
which is a very nice zoo.
Very, very nice.
In the area. Very clean, very nice.
Mhm.
And the Franklin Park Zoo.
Yes, I was really surprised because, we live in New Hampshire and that was a field trip that they offered. And I got to chaperone when my daughter was young. It was like a 2-hour bus ride, but
Well, the thing is, it's a nice
it was
zoo.
a nice zoo.
I haven't been
Nice
since I was
field
a
trip.
kid, but it's in a sketchy part of Boston.
Yeah. I was surprised that they were going there, but it was a wonderful field trip.
Welcome in, Mr. Blaine. Nice
Hi,
to see you.
Blaine.
He's hitting the road for a trip too, so
Yeah.
maybe will give us updates if we ever want to go to Little Rock.
Oh.
We're looking at
We do
coming.
wanna go
We really
sometime.
would like to go to what was it? Tennessee on the
Mhm.
way home from Florida one of these years. And the other place we had was Charleston and Savannah. But
Yeah.
Charleston, yeah, Charleston got really nailed by that hurricane. So I think they're going to be a few years of rebuilding. Let's see, zoos. We don't have. Meg did a lot of videos on aquariums.
Oh, I like
Aquarium near
aquariums,
in
yeah.
Atlanta, I think
Well,
it
we
was.
have that
And, I don't have that on
Boston
our list.
Aquarium.
Yeah, the New England
New
Aquarium is
England.
really nice.
Very, very nice.
Third one on the list is Maine, which is a general touch on Maine. There's so parts of Maine.
So many parts.
Sebago, which is very far north and inland, was a big lake that I ran a group camping trip
I know.
every year.
Couldn't swim during
No, it was
Memorial Day weekend.
Memorial Day
because of
weekend,
cold.
right? But we did that for
We
years.
did. It was fun.
Beautiful place.
It is
campground.
beautiful.
Kittery, Maine, which is on the southern corner of Maine.
Yep.
Ogunquit, more of an artsy area, which we stayed at.
Yeah, and they have the marginal way that you can walk.
Yeah, it's a nice walk right along the water.
Yeah, we have video on that. It's beautiful.
Old Orchard, which is more of there's an area right down by the water in the pier that has amusements, a lot of stuff for kids to do.
Honky-tonk area.
Water park.
Yeah, but that's also lovely too.
You said the marginal way. So Maine as a whole, but we usually hang out on the ocean side of Maine.
Yeah.
But the inside has a lot to offer too.
You can't forget Bar Harbor, like I mentioned earlier, Acadia National Park.
We love Bar Harbor. Yeah, it's a
We'd love
beautiful
to go
spot.
back.
Another spot in New England you should touch is the White Mountains.
Of course.
You go up in the mountains, they have your little things like, what's the one with the bears there?
Oh, Clark's Trading Post.
The Lost River.
The
Flume.
And all these waterfalls in Jackson, New Hampshire. They have Diana's Bath, and I can't remember the other ones, but
great for camping, great for hiking.
Yeah.
I have friends this weekend that are going up to the top of Mount Washington. You can either take a cog railway.
That's cool.
Or you can drive up if you want to take your car up to the top. And then there's the few that will hike up.
Yeah, of course.
Which is a long hike, of course. Let's pop into the chat here again. Captain says, for things to do in the Northeast, go to the Gold Corral in Manchester. All your slushy needs. That's very true. Only hit 8 this time, though, Billy. It's a slow day. Miss Meg says, I have a lot of aquarium footage, although they haven't been able to go in a month. Yeah, you had told us. I think you got like a season pass. Just kind of, she goes there just to kind of, I'm not going to say meditate, but just kind of veg out, I guess.
Oh, it's very,
what a
beautiful.
peaceful place, an aquarium.
Yeah.
A little quieter than the zoo.
Yeah.
Oh, Blaine likes Savannah.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so we had Charleston, Savannah, and Tennessee. I'm not sure what area of Tennessee, but where Dollywood is.
Well, where Dollywood is, yeah.
Yeah, what's the other one? There's a couple other things we're looking at.
I can't remember.
We'll have to do more research on this. We decide to do it. Josh says we love Savannah and Tybee. I don't know what Tybee is.
No. But speaking of aquariums, there's also another nice aquarium in Woods Hole down the Cape. We went to that aquarium. That was nice.
Thanks for joining us, Billy. Hopefully we'll see you before the end of the show.
Bye,
I have a friend who lives in Old Orchard Beach.
Oh, really?
Old Orchard's beautiful most of the year. It's very busy during the summer months, as you can imagine, but it's a nice area. Yeah, she got a year pass.
Mm-hmm.
Pigeon Forge. Okay. What?
Pigeon Forge, that's it.
And then there's another area there too. I see a lot of videos on that has a lot to do. It seems to be in that same area. Hey, Rob, thanks for coming
Hey,
in.
Rob.
It is 12:30 here. So that's the White Mountains. We're just touching on these things, of course. We could do a whole show on each one of
Yeah.
these, right? Apple picking.
Oh, we do that every year.
My daughter, it's become a tradition. My daughter won't let it go. She wants to do it on the birthday.
Yeah.
So we go apple picking in September every year.
We started when she was 2 weeks old, and we haven't stopped.
That's right. Even though we've outlived a lot of the apple orchards around here, have
We
closed
did.
down.
A lot of them have closed.
But that's always fun. Now it's funny how different states have different things. You know, like you're not going to find. I mean, I don't know if I imagine Florida. You got your grapefruits and your oranges,
Yeah.
right? And different places. Blaine will be in Pigeon Forge from September. Okay, that's where you're going.
Oh, good.
Yeah, no, he's been talking about it.
Nice.
The trips. A nice fall trip.
That's a nice
I
trip.
wonder how the foliage is down there. Gatlinburg, that's another one.
That's the one.
And then there's a third one. There's 3 places. I've seen videos on it. Look really cool. Apple pick. The other one, we just have a generalization for the East Coast Ocean. I have gotten spoiled with cruises and Caribbean Ocean.
I like the Caribbean.
I find it very hard to get into the oceans up here now. But there are a lot of nice oceans. Cape Cod surrounded by them, along the coast of New Hampshire, Maine. There's plenty of places to go, spend a week, spend a weekend, and just kind of sit on the ocean, even if you don't want to go swimming.
Right.
Maine, I won't touch. Maine's too cold.
Right.
I have gone in New Hampshire, and I have gone in down Cape Cod. But
yeah.
Nancy's braver. She has gone in the water in Maine.
I have. But you gotta, in August it's jellyfish season, so you gotta be aware that if you go in the ocean, you're gonna encounter some jellyfish.
Do we have that problem up here?
I would think so, but we haven't gone to the ocean recently, so I don't know.
Another on our list of the 11 things we recommend to do in the Northeast as adults is the lakes. Lots of lakes in the area, especially in New Hampshire, in the area we live in. The biggest one probably that we go to a lot is Lake Winnipesaukee. It's a lot of fun. If you don't like the ocean, the lakes will tend to be warmer. A lot to do, jet skis and water skiing and stuff like that. So we recommend just getting a place on the lake if that's something you want to do. Hiking's everywhere up here.
Oh, yeah.
We have been a little deterred late this year because of the ticks.
The ticks are horrible.
So we tend to stay away from the woods. In the past, we would at least once a week take a hike in the woods. We can leave without getting in the car. We can go take a hike down the street.
We have
into the woods.
Mount Watauga, that's only about 10 minutes away. We have Mount Monadnock, that's about 15 minutes away.
That's the second most climbed mountain in the world. And then, then there's Vermont. You go to the mountains of Vermont, you go to the White Mountains, you go to Maine, plenty of places, and hikes along the water too. Next one on our list is a generalization of country fairs. What's your favorite country fair?
Well, I enjoyed the Big E, but we haven't been in years. But I just enjoy all the little fairs around here. When we first got married, we hit them all, all the little fairs. And
well, the biggest one was the Big E.
Yeah, I think the Deerfield one was a good size.
Yeah,
one.
That's a good one. We have a local one up in Keene here, which isn't that great, but it's okay. And like you said, a lot of local fairs. That's something we really enjoyed doing during the summer. Meg says, all good here. There was a suspicious package outside the airport.
Oh, really?
They were just letting us know that it was clear. Well, that's good to know.
Oh, that's good. Jeez.
Meg likes hiking.
Nice.
Blaine says, as someone who gets lots of seafood here in Savannah and Hilton Head, I'd love to try Northeast seafood. Yeah, I mean, I don't eat a lot of seafood down south because we always have a reputation of having the best seafood up Northeast, so we stay away from it. Not avoid it, but it's just not we don't go out of our way for it.
Right.
But they really never compared it.
Oh, growing up, we used to have clam bakes once a year. It was awesome. So good.
Rob says, John and Nancy, get your 2 cents on this. If you buy the Cheers package on the glitch of $59 or whatever the price was, should it be honored or refunded with the extra discount for you? That's funny you said it because we got into that. We got into that conversation recently. I don't know. I think you have to honor it, but I think there is leeway for mistakes that happens. I think they should do something for the people. Give them a discount, maybe not the full discount that was advertised online. That's a promotion that Carnival ran, and there was a glitch with the computer, I guess, and it was selling it for the price. The full cruise was the price of a day or something like that. There was some unheard of price.
So they honored it.
No, they haven't honored it, and they announced they weren't going to honor it unless that's changed. But.
Well, they don't want to lose money.
They had an issue with Royal Caribbean had one years ago when they actually honored it. People are trying to say I was reading some articles that saying it was a different situation, but if you read it, it's really not that different. So I guess you got to go with, I don't know. Next one on our list is Newport, Rhode Island. We had time sharing. We would go down there once a year for a week every year. I love being right in Newport. There was the waterfront. They used to run the yacht races down there. There were shops. There was a cliff walk, which was a nice walk right along the cliffs.
Yeah, that was really pretty.
And then your favorite was the mansions?
Yeah, I love the mansions, especially the Breakers, I think it's called. I think the movie Great Gatsby was filmed there.
So that's Newport. And to touch on our last one, which is Vermont, we've gone up there just for canoeing and nice drives in the mountains.
Yeah, on the Connecticut River, they have you can canoe on the Connecticut River. It's very, very scenic.
And some of the better skiing was up in Vermont that we would go to too. So that was nice.
Mount Killington.
We also throw on this list 5 things we recommend to do in Northeast with children. So you could do the top ones with kids or without. Ones we did quite a bit when the kids were younger, which we figured we'd throw out there. People with young kids was Storyland.
That was so much fun. I'd go there without kids. I liked it so much. It
was a very clean, less crowded amusement park. I wouldn't bring anyone over probably 12 years old because the rides were geared to younger. Yeah. But it's quite a nice amusement park. At a reasonable price, even the food. You don't say that amusement park spots was reasonably priced. Yeah. Second one on the list for kids. It's this thing. Searching for a gift for a boyfriend. I think he needs a hat. Oh, I've been looking for a hat, Meg. Nice. What are those hats called?
Like a safari type of hat, I think.
Yeah, for a sun hat. 200 drink package thing as well. Before social media, I'd say they should honor. And that's a very good point, Meg, because this thing ran like wildfires. It went over the internet. So, I mean, you go out of business if you're going to want it, because people were booking it. It wasn't just for one cruise. I think it was for most cruises in 2024.
Oh my gosh.
I would have booked the cruise if they honored it, just for the drink package. Okay, Vermont has great cheese and maple syrup. That is true.
We went to that cheese place. What was the name of it? We really enjoyed it. I can't think of the name of it. That and gosh, what's the ice cream place?
Oh, Ben and Jerry's.
Ben and Jerry's. Yes, very nice.
Blaine says we own 2 restaurants. Even if it wasn't our fault of a different price, we would honor it. I know a lot of stores will do that. I got free donuts for 3 weeks down in Florida because they mispriced Krispy Kreme in the Publix.
Yeah,
I showed it to them. They honored the price and they didn't change it.
No,
they gave it to me free.
Yeah, and they didn't change it.
And then they changed it. Every day I went back, it was still sitting there. So I kept bringing it up. We get 3 weeks of free donuts.
We ate too many Krispy Kremes.
Yeah, that was a bad week for Krispy Kremes.
But if you heat them up in the microwave, if you buy them in the grocery store and you just zap them in the microwave, they're so tasty.
Hey, Brian. How you doing?
Brian, how are you?
Oh, he's in Dennisport. So we talked about Cape Cod earlier.
No, we used to have a place in Dennisport.
That's where we own our place. Yeah. Well, it was actually West Dennis, but close enough.
Yeah, that's close enough. Enjoy. Hope the weather's good.
How'd you do, Brian, in your sporting tournaments? Your softball I
I
didn't
think
think
he
that's,
already
but I think it
told
was a
us he
softball, right?
came in first. I
But I
thought.
thought there was another tournament.
Oh.
Maybe I'm wrong. Ben and Jerry's,
Yeah, Ben and
Vermont
Jerry's.
Vermont Creamery.
Yeah,
Was that the place we went?
yes, that's what
Okay.
it was. I couldn't think of the name. Thank
Ben
you.
and Jerry's.
And of course, we had to
Nick.
go to Stowe, Vermont, and see the Sound of Music.
Hey, Darian, how you doing?
Um,
You're now going to be a
Hi,
neighbor in the winter.
Darian.
Are you? You're in Florida now, correct, Darian?
he moved.
Okay. What are we on? So
I
that
was
was
talking.
Storyland.
Yeah.
Another thing Nancy would do all the time with usually the children and maybe some friends of the family was go to the berry picking,
Oh yeah, I
either
did that.
strawberry or blackberry.
Blueberries.
Blueberry.
What?
Okay. Another one was Six Flags. This is our biggest amusement park in the area, probably, before you get to the real mega one. So you have to drive a good hour and a half from our house to get to this place. And
Yeah.
everyone knows where the Six Flags are. There's one
Yeah.
out, what is it, Agawam?
Agawam, Mass.
And then camping with the kids, of course. These are the 5 things we recommend to do in the Northeast with children. Camping. We did plenty of camping around the area.
We did.
In fact, before we started doing the hotel thing and then the time sharing thing, every place we went, we basically would stay at the campground and go visit the activity.
Yeah, they had some lovely campgrounds.
And the last one on our list here is great. It's a great mid-sized park, very clean. It's Canopy Lake in New Hampshire.
Yes, that's a great park. I really was very pleasantly pleased when I went there to see how clean it was. It's beautiful.
It's not your mega park, so
No.
don't expect that, but it's a nice mid-range park.
And they had some really good shows. I think we saw I think they had an impersonator for Justin Bieber one time, and then they had one Katy Perry. We saw the impersonator for Katy Perry, and we thought that was really good. And they had Elvis. Elvis was excellent. I liked Elvis.
So Darian is back home in Ocala.
Oh, he's in Ocala.
I think we talked to Darian, which is about 2 hours from Kissimmee.
We're probably happy to be out of Georgia this time. They're getting hit with that hurricane.
Yeah,
Ocala's
that's right.
safe.
I wonder if that's near where his old place
I don't know.
Okay, so let's see. What did Rob say? At my restaurant, all you have to do is complain and you would get free stuff and get a meal for free.
Really?
You know, I do think people don't take a more advantage of that nowadays, even when something's not wrong. It's tough. Prices are through the roof. It's tough out there now.
It really is.
Okay, before we go on to the tips for first-time cruises, we have had a few people that said they liked the fun facts that Nancy used to do. So we decided to start throwing those back in the middle. So we've got just 11 quick fun facts. Today's topic is 11 travel fun facts. So if you just want to whip through those, Nance.
Okay, there's a town in Italy. I don't remember the name, but they have a free public wine fountain. I'd like to go there.
Yeah.
60% of the lakes on Earth are located in Canada. 600 people work at the Eiffel Tower daily. Jet lag feels worse if you travel from west to east. And the Great Wall of China's strength comes from sticky rice and some other material.
Yeah. That was a surprise.
Yeah, there's clay and straw and sticky rice. During flights, the pilot enjoyed his first-class meal while the co-pilot eats economy, just in case one causes food poisoning. Okay, it's interesting. In 1987, American Airline removed one olive from each salad served in first class and saved $40,000. That's outstanding.
Imagine.
There was a town named Figgen in Austria, and locals did not realize the English meaning.
Well, it's supposed to. There was a town named Epping. That's supposed to be so we don't taint the airwaves with the swear. But that's what it was actually called. There was a town named
Epping in Austria. Locals did not realize the English meaning of Epping until World War II. With the invention of social media, tourists began flocking to this town of 106 people for photos with the Epping signs. So many people used to steal these signs that the city had to replace them with theft-proof signs. In 2021, the town name officially changed its name to Fugging,
It's spelled Fugging,
which is actually how you pronounce effing in the local dialect in the first place. Okay, that's a very interesting fact. That's in Austria, huh?
Yeah.
During a normal flight, the temperature outside the airplane is around negative 60 degrees Fahrenheit. That is colder than almost anywhere on Earth at any given moment of the year. Wow. And the world's most expensive hotel room costs $100,000 a night and comes with a 2-night minimum. Phew, that's steep. And the last one, the United States has 173 volcanoes, more than any other nation. Only 5 are in Hawaii. Most are in Alaska, where at least 1 to 2 eruptions have occurred every year since the 1900s. And that's all I have with my fun facts today.
And Rob brings up it's Larry's birthday. Larry from j&ntravels today. So happy birthday, Larry, if you're within shouting distance.
Oh, should have got my harmonica.
Yeah,
Happy birthday for you. I could quickly grab it.
Okay, so we go on to our second topic, which is tips for the first-time cruiser. Now, there are plenty of tips. I'm sure you guys have plenty of other tips, but these are ones we thought were very good, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the first one was don't blindly book any cruise line and cruise ship. I couldn't agree with this 100%.
Well, yeah, you don't want to do that.
Choosing the right cruise line is important. Is as important as choosing the right ship. So we have our favorite lines, but there are favorite ships, like probably of the 3 big ones. Carnival's third on our list, but there are some ships that I really like on Carnival.
Well, our son had a negative experience, so we told him it wasn't the greatest ship, but he was on his honeymoon, and him being only 27 years old, they rolled up the carpets at 9 o'clock. You couldn't get in.
Well, you didn't say the ship. It was Royal Caribbean.
I didn't say the ship. No, it was Radiance, right?
We go on Royal Caribbean. We love Royal Caribbean, the biggest ships. And I love the cruise line. It's that and NCL are 2 favorites. But like Nancy said, they went on an older one, a smaller one.
Yes, and he was trying to convince his wife that cruising isn't like this, that he's been on many cruise ships. And this is not one of the best ones, because usually you can get food after 9 o'clock. And he said there was a lot of older people, so not many people his age, and everything shut down and the entertainment wasn't that great. But on a positive note, my son won all the games and came home with lots of medals. He's athletic. He didn't have much competition.
Second on the list, don't overlook the ports. We've done this. We've matured over our cruising years.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things with the ports. It depends on what you're into, shopping or beach or excursions. But one thing we tend to look for now, it's big with us, is we like to do ports that have within walking distance or a local shuttle to a beach.
Yes.
We don't really like to wait and chance it with the taxi cabs that something happens or we don't go back in time. So one of the big things we look at, and the cruise come up in October, 3 out of the 5 have beaches within walking distance. And we also like a nice port area. So if we don't want to do an excursion, we can just spend half a day in a port area.
Maya was a beautiful port area.
Yeah, exactly. So those are huge.
Yeah.
You don't want to overlook that and just say, oh, it sounds like a beautiful country. Mm-hmm. You want to know the port area a little bit. Hey, Jimmy.
Hi, Jimmy.
Thanks for coming in. And this is our dreams.
And this is our dreams. Hi, thank you for joining us.
This is our dreams and Jimmy. Appreciate you coming in. We're talking about hints for first-time cruises right now. Okay, number 3 is don't forget to read the fine print. When you book a cruise, there's always fine print. The biggest thing is the cancellation policy. Make sure you read it. Most cancellations policies are flexible to a point, but you really want to understand before you do your final payment exactly what the policies are. So read all your fine print. How many times do we read it? We don't, but
I was like, I never read it.
I think we've done enough cruises now. We kind of know what to expect, but if you're a first-time cruiser, that's important.
Yes.
Number 4 is always buy travel insurance.
Yes.
When we were younger, we thought it was the dumbest thing in the world.
What do we need that for?
My kids now in their 20s refuse to buy travel insurance. They think it's the dumbest thing in the world. First year we bought it, it paid off. Second year we bought it, it paid off. yeah, it's special, and we never had a serious injury or anything. If we had, it had to be medevaced or something like that,
Well,
or
I
even
did break my
bankrupt.
arm on a cruise ship, but
Right, but you didn't use your insurance.
I took care of it myself.
Right. So
It's a long story, but it wasn't that severe.
I highly recommend travel insurance. I would say 90% of the time we bought it through the travel agent that we booked the cruise through because it
Mhm.
seems to cover everything, but there are plenty of policies out there.
Right.
Number 5, don't fly on the day of your cruise. This is very
Oh my
logical, and
goodness, for many, many
you
reasons.
wouldn't think anyone would,
I
and you
know.
still hear about people doing it and getting caught. With
Yeah.
especially in this day and age, with flights being
Oh, I
canceled and
know.
delayed.
Yeah, of course.
You always want to be sitting in the same town as the port the
Yeah.
day before, or within 2-hour drive at least. The Braves. Um, okay.
Hmm?
His hat is to go Braves.
Go
There's a
Braves.
Braves disguise. It's Atlanta Braves, I think they're talking
Yeah.
about. Okay. Don't overpack. Nancy's getting better at this.
I'm gonna always be an overpacker. I mean,
Well,
I'll never learn
we
to
did
pack
cut down the
right.
bags, and we almost got burnt on that. We took a cruise that broke down once and
Yes.
found that made a policy now that we're only going to take enough bags that we can carry, the two of us can carry, because
Mm.
we ended up going bouncing all around the airport and then airlines and everywhere else with bags. And there were people that couldn't handle it. There were no porters, no
No, I
carts,
know.
nothing.
It was
Um,
very
you don't
inconvenient,
you
but
don't really need. It's summer. Clothes are light. You can wash it out in the sink if you really have to. I mean,
well,
just pack enough that you can carry it with you.
yeah, that's good advice. It's hard to do though, but
Don't forget to bring the essentials. Nancy's very good at this. There are stuff like we all know the typical stuff, but it doesn't help. A lot of these ports are very rocky, or beaches are
mm,
rocky. Bring some water shoes. Nancy's great at packing all the medicine we need in a bag. We also bring large travel mugs,
yeah,
um, because the ones here are small, and use those all week. All your electronic cords, your lanyards. There's a numerous stuff. Don't forget to bring. Do a list.
yeah.
Bring all your stuff. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, Brian. We're not going to talk about the Red Sox for sure this year. Pay attention how long the drive. No, that's a very good tip. Jimmy says pay attention to how long the drive is on an excursion you may want to do.
Oh yes,
Because we're
good.
always looking for those all-inclusive
Advice.
day passes.
Yeah.
And we look at it. If they include the transportation, it's one thing. But then if you have to find your way to get there and back.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Blaine always overpacks because you don't know what you need or what you want until that moment. I weird like that. I might be torn multiple shirts for day at the moment. I can see how that can happen.
Yeah.
And Nancy does that all the time.
I'm an overpacker. I'll always be.
Bring sunscreen and sunglasses. Yep, absolutely. Jimmy reiterates what Brian said, and the Red Sox suck this year.
I don't follow sports, so.
Blaine says, better to have something and not need it than we. Yeah, I agree to extent, but especially on a cruise, there's just only so much you can bring. I mean, when we first cruised, we had everything just assuming something might happen, and then we slowly cut these things out. Like one thing we brought is our full snorkel gear. Now we cut out the fins. We just bring the mask and the snorkel. So you start downsizing a little. Blaine says, and make sure excursion is ship approved because, and that's something there are ports you can get away with. When we went to Bermuda, there was excursions right at where the ship was. You could walk to the place. Those I think are safe. Those I would do. The ones that pick you up right at the dock, like if they have a catamaran that comes in. But you're right. If you have to drive through, like in St. Martin or something, you have to take transportation through town with this traffic, and you don't have. It's not a ship excursion.
Yeah.
You could get in a lot of trouble.
It's a little risky.
Jimmy said, I went on excursion at the Mayan temple, and it was a 2-hour drive one way. Hardly had time to see.
Oh.
Yeah, that's okay. That's another side of the time aspect. You're right, Jimmy. You'll do a beach stay, and then there'll be an hour and a half each way, and they give you an hour at the beach or something. Meg says she didn't overpack until she bought luggage. Now I bring a backpack and a suitcase, even for 3 days.
Hey.
So she has everything there.
Yeah.
You don't even have to unpack. Just leave it. No one wants to do the dock run.
No, God. I don't want to be one of those. What do they call them?
Pier runners?
Pier runners, yeah.
I can't wait until we hit a high tier where Lindsay is free from all my laundry and I have to worry about it all. Even when I reach home too. Yep. The higher tiers, you can bring your laundry when you hit certain ships. They'll do your laundry for free if you hit a certain tier.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay.
Pier runners make good content, but I don't want to be the one running. You're right. And everyone's on the deck just waiting. We found ourselves doing it too.
Oh, of course.
Which I was ashamed
of. And then they're
but...
clapping and
it's a whole spectacle.
I was going to say it's a spectator sport.
All right. Let's see. Let's move down to the next one. Number 8 is don't miss a safety drill. We all know that the people, when they keep announcing the names, are holding up the hold on cruise. So be a nice person. Go get the drill right away so you don't get tied up, and then you can start drinking and have a good time.
I was so annoyed, though. One time I was dying for a hamburger, and we got to sit down for lunch. I ordered my hamburger, and it was so delicious. And then we had to go leave for
you were halfway through it, yeah.
Yeah, I was so mad. I'm like,
never got a good hamburger again.
I was really hungry, and I was really enjoying it. I took a couple of bites, and that was it.
Number 9, make reservations for specialty dining shows. We're learning that more and more. As soon as you get on the ship, get on that phone. They all seem to have an app now. And book if you have specialty dining, book if you have a show.
Yeah.
You could sometimes even get away with that at the pier. When you're waiting to book, you sometimes get a reception. You can book it. So you don't even have to wait till you get on board.
Yeah.
I don't know if that happens all the time, but just book your stuff as soon as you can. Even if you're not going to go, book it, and then you can always cancel.
Yeah.
And we've got 5 more. Don't forget to bring cash is number 10.
Yeah.
Don't need it that often. I really can't carry cash even at home, but there are certain spots like tips that you might want to hand some money. If you're buying certain things on the islands, they'll only accept cash. It's becoming less than frequent that you have to have cash, but it's always good to have.
I have a funny story. When we went on a cruise, I met someone and she was dying for potato chips. So her waiter found some potato chips for her, and she was so excited. She tipped him $10, unbeknownst to her that her husband had already tipped $10. So she said her plate of potato chips cost her $20.
I know.
I always remember that story, and
there was someone else
he was
that
funny
did that.
telling it. She was funny the way she was telling it. Oh, it was great.
Let's see. Rob likes to hear his name called over the PA, so he likes to just see. Must say, he's only kidding though. Jimmy says, "Good thing that there are no slushies before the must." So if there are, Jimmy, I would just take them with me. I don't know why they're not that expensive to make. Some of these ships don't have a slushy machine. They have them for the frozen drinks, but they don't have a regular slushy machine. Blaine says some cash is helpful, and if you tip a little cash before and after cruise for the steward, they remember this and your service. Yeah, that and bartenders, they claim you give a little tip and they give you a little bit.
Yeah, that's nice.
I don't know if this affects any of you guys out there, but don't do anything stupid.
Yeah. A lot of ways you can get hurt on the cruise.
Don't bring drugs on board. Don't get too drunk. Don't bring weapons on board. Don't stand on any of the railings on the ship. Or don't sit on outside. You know, it's funny seeing these videos nowadays, people sitting on the railings and standing on the railings.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Don't do anything dumb.
Don't do anything dumb.
Number 12, don't miss the all aboard time. Okay, we all know that. They have it in the daily, right? They have signs. Sometimes the island time is a little different than the ship time. Get all your facts straight and just be back when they on, or you'll become those pier runners that we talked about earlier. You know what though, Meg? If I had a slushy machine, then I get sick of it. We both love popcorn.
Oh.
we've got a kitchen table now with 4 giant things of popcorn.
Well, you have to say it's movie popcorn.
Movie popcorn, yeah. And it's delicious.
Oh my gosh.
And
It's
we eat tons
really
of it.
good
Now
popcorn.
we're getting to the point now where it's like we're trying to give it away. I'm bringing this big bowl to work with me. I hope we'll waft it down.
It's really, really good popcorn, though. Boy, is it really good.
Let's see. Meg is a rule follower. I'm glad to hear that, Meg. Your parents raised you well. Ship time is most important time. I know, and that is really the only time, the gospel time, the ship time. Because that's going to make or break your whole cruise. 13 out of 15. Don't be shy in the dining room. Now, this has changed a little. This is tweaked. It used to be you could try everything on the menu.
I know.
Now, most cruise lines that I know of charge after the second entree.
Yes.
But don't let that stop you, even with the 2 entrees. If Nancy gets 2 entrees and I get 2 entrees and we can try each other's entrees, there isn't usually that much on them. The portions aren't that big.
No, they're not.
And I think appetizers are still unlimited. So don't be shy.
Yeah.
Order it.
Go for it.
Yeah. Try it. If you like it, you can order more.
Right.
You just don't want to order 2 entrees. My record of 10 lobster tails will probably never be beaten now
I'm
with
glad
the
you
charge after
enjoyed
the second one.
I got a great picture of him with his lobster tails in front of him. That's the only time he actually smiled.
Hey,
A
Jimmy,
real
thanks for
genuine
coming in.
smile.
We'll be doing some lives with Jimmy coming up. One a
Yeah.
month starting in September.
Yeah.
So look out for those thumbnails. Okay, number 14, Nance. Don't forget to check your daily bill. Your daily bill, yeah. So you get
I
on
thought
your
you were
TV
gonna say,
set.
don't forget to check under the bed.
No, that's probably important too when you leave.
Yeah.
But you get your bills, your expenses and bills are constantly popping up on your TV.
Yeah.
I usually keep tabs on that, and we have noticed for some reason they'll have stuff there that we didn't order or
Yeah, there was a
charges that
couple
weren't.
of discrepancies on previous cruises.
So the easiest way to keep track is check every day.
Yes, that's the best way to do it.
Flick it on and check.
Yeah.
Very important for
Yeah.
especially a first timer. The rest of us probably know that.
Yeah.
And the last one that we have, there are plenty more, but the last one we had on our list was check the daily cruise planner. That is the paper copy that they used to give out. Then they reneged on it to save money, and now I think most of them are giving it, using it again. I take a highlighter with us. We take it on it, and we each night when we get it, we sit down and we just highlight.
Yeah, so
the
read
trivia,
your dailies.
Yeah, the trivia, the shows, whatever we're going to do the next day.
Yeah.
That way we don't miss anything.
Right.
And we carry that. We stick that in the backpack.
You're paying
carry
good
around
money
with us.
for these cruises. You don't miss out. You want to be able to see and do everything you want to do.
Right. That's the last. Let me just go through the thing here. Check. Okay. Blaine says, oh yeah, let's go back. Okay. Bye. All right here. You have to ask for multiples if you get shrimp cocktail because 5 little ones. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Now, so far, I think the appetizers and the desserts are still unlimited. So you could do multiple. You used to get like two of these shrimp cocktails.
I really love shrimp cocktail.
They didn't give you much. There's very small portions. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not like you're going to be a glutton.
No.
Don't order fried chicken on Carnival. Do we ever have fried chicken? I usually like fried chicken, but I don't know if we got any on. I don't think we got any on Carnival.
No, we did not.
That's good to know, Meg. She must have had a very bad experience with fried chicken.
Not eat fried chicken on Carnival.
Check money on TV nowadays and everything. Yeah, and the key is do it daily because especially if you drink a lot or stuff like that, it could be quite the list you have to go through. In that case, it's usually souvenirs and a drink here and there, so it's not as big a deal. Or an excursion, and that's the other thing. We had an excursion once that they put an extra excursion down. So you just got to make sure.
Yeah. And also, if you miss a port, make sure the crediting you.
Actually, that was very valuable. Right. A lot of people don't realize it, but if you don't go to a port, they will give you I think it's onboard credit. They'll credit your account for whatever the cost was to stop at that port.
So you want to make sure
you got that. And some of them will not do it. In fact, there was one cruise line that actually told you that you have to go up to and tell them about it. Or they won't even credit. They don't do it automatically.
Yeah, if you don't speak up, you lose. So
Meg says, remember to bring your car keys home. Excellent. And that goes with your check under the bed bit too, right?
That's right.
Rob
Oh.
says, well, there might be a monster under the bed,
That's
Nancy.
right.
That's a good sea
That's
monster or
right.
something,
Yeah,
right?
sea monster.
I
You
had a
know,
few
Ursula could be hiding under there.
places. I had a few times they double charged by mistake, which I understand, but then they move it. Don't check and that's around. And that's right. Absolutely. And there again, you got to wait in that line down there
Yeah,
to
it's
do
so
it.
long.
We always, during the cruise, we usually go late at night, so there's not
Yeah.
a long line. But
Yeah.
Guru Nawahu the Turtle, thank you for coming
Yeah,
in.
thank you for joining us today.
Let's see. Meg, oops, I should have told Scott that before the cruise. Oh, was she talking about the keys? Hey, Tanisha, thanks
Hi,
for coming in.
Tanisha.
Nice to see you. Don't forget, 4:00 on Sunday.
See you Sunday.
Tanisha time.
Hope your graduation went well.
I'll make sure Scott knows that in April we are going to have fun. I wonder what he did. I didn't hear the story. Okay, congratulations, Tanisha. I saw your thumbnail. So proud of you. I have not seen that. I will be present. Okay. I haven't seen her thumbnail. I'll have to go look
No,
at it.
we'll
We're
have
not
to
getting,
check that
I don't know
out.
why we're not getting notifications on her stuff. We'll have to find out.
Yeah.
Okay,
we'll
well, that
check it out.
concludes it. It's that time, Nance, for us to say goodbye. Thank you very much for joining us. Hope some of these facts will actually help people out.
Yes.
Hopefully, we'll see you all on Sunday. So have a good day.
Stay young, have fun, and don't let the monsters under your bed
Bite.
scare you.
That's right.